भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो 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 भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Hare Krishna. Hope you are not tired so much. Morning 6
You let
o'clock we
us
met for a
hang.
class. Huh?
I said he left us hanging in the morning. No, sorry.
This morning we discussed the story of Ganga, descent of Ganga. So we discussed Ganga has multiple forms. Ganga's manifestation happened in multiple ways. At one level, Mother Ganga is liquid form of Lord Narayana. Second, Ganga is water from the Kamandalu of Brahma that washed the lotus foot of Vamanadeva when he raised his foot. Third, Ganga is the transcendental water from the causal ocean, Karana Samudra, that entered this universe when Vamanadeva pierced the coverings of the universe. Clear? So, three versions. And Prabhupada simply reconciles all three, saying that Ganga is a mixture of all three. And we also discussed how Mother Ganga also contains the flavor of tulasi leaves and dust from Krishna's lotus feet. Because tulasi is always there at Krishna's lotus feet. And we discussed how we have not completely discussed, but we began the story of how this Ganga that descended on the heavenly planets came from heaven to earth. That's the story we were discussing. So Sakara Maharaj conducted a sacrifice, Ashwamedha sacrifice, and Indra has stolen the sacrificial horse. And Sakara Maharaj's 60,000 sons went to search for that horse. They did not find anywhere on the Bhumandala. They started digging the Bhumandala and went into the depths and found the horse near Kapila Muni's hermitage. And they suspected that he is the thief without any proof. Even if you have some evidences that someone has done some mistake, you should still give a benefit of doubt before finalizing or concluding something. But with hardly any evidence, they made a hard conclusion and offended Kapila because of their own offensive mentality. Fire emanated from their own bodies and it burned them to ashes. Now 60,000 piles of ashes were lying there. 60,000 piles of ashes. So Sagara Maharaj was in anxiety. My 60,000 sons went to search for the horse and they did not come. Time is passing. I'm getting older. I need to do something. So as Sagara Maharaj was contemplating like this, he had another solution in his mind. He wanted to send his grandson. Basically, Sagara Maharaj had two wives, Sumati and Keshini. Sumati had 60,000 sons. Keshini had one son. One wife gave birth to 60,000 sons, another wife gave birth to only one son. And the son of Keshini is Asamanjasa. If you can't remember the names, no problem. Asamanjasa had some past life memories. Such people are called Jatismara. He had some past life memories. Although he was the son of a prince, he would behave like a cruel demon. While playing with other boys of his age, he would throw them into the ocean. he would kill them. So everybody got very much disturbed. How is our prince behaving like this? They reported to Sagar Maharaj. Sagar Maharaj tried to reform him, but he could not. So Sagar Maharaj banished him. You cannot stay in my kingdom. Out. Although you are my son, stay. Such a cruel person cannot be staying with me. Then Asamanjasa really revealed his real nature. As I said, he had some past life memories, right? In his past life, he was a yogi. He was a great spiritual practitioner. He was a great meditator. So he wanted to continue his yogic practices and his spiritual practices even in this life also. But what to do? His position now is a prince, probably the next king, and his 60,000 cousins also were missing. So he thought I should do something drastic so that I'll be relieved from this responsibility. So he purposely, on purpose, he behaved in a very cruel manner, just so that everyone will get frustrated with him and leaves him aside. So when Sagar Maharaj banished Asamanjasa, then he revealed himself as a yogi who had past life memories, and he revealed his desire to continue as a yogi and not as a prince, not as a king. And he also revived the lives of all the boys that he has killed. He had that ability. So now Asamanjasa had a son. His name is Anshuman. This Anshuman is very much favorable to his grandfather, Sagar Maharaj. Now Sagar Maharaj was dependent on his first wife's 60,000 sons, but it didn't work. They were lying there as pile of ashes. Now he depended on his second wife's son, Asamanjasa, but he happened to be yogi and he retired. Now he has to depend on his grandson, that is Anshuman. Anshuman is a very pure soul. He is a good devotee also. He has good character also. And he has affection for his grandfather. He also wanted to assist his grandfather in his endeavors. So Sagar Maharaj instructed Anshuman, go and find the horse. And also go and find your uncles. Where are they? Then Anshuman searched everywhere and he found this big hole in the earth which is dug by his uncles. So he went into the direction. So as he was passing through that big ditch or hole that the uncles have created, he found the 4 elephants that were carrying Bhumandala on their backs. He offered obeisances to them. He was respectful to those elephants. Then he continued his journey. He eventually reached Kapila Muni's ashram. He found 60,000 piles of ashes there near that ashram. He also found the sacrificial horse of Sagar Maharaj, and he also found Kapila doing his meditation. Now he did not suspect Kapila as the thief of the horse or as the killer of his 60,000 uncles. He recognized Kapila as the Supreme Lord, seeing his demeanor, and he must have heard also. So Anshuman immediately went and fell at the feet of Kapila, offered prayers to Kapila, begged blessings from him, and completely pleased him. Then Lord Kapila said that, Anshuman, your 60,000 uncles came here for the horse, but unfortunately, before even taking the horse back to their kingdom, they were lying there as piles of ashes. I didn't kill them. They were killed by their own offensive mentality. You can take the sacrificial horse and conduct the sacrifice. Then Anshuman asked, what about these people lying there as ashes? Then Kapila said, only when Mother Ganga descends from the heavenly planets to the earthly planet, from the Swarga to Bhuloka, and only when the ashes are touched by the waters of Ganga, they will be purified. They will be revived. They will regain their forms. Then Anshuman said, okay, thank you very much. I'll do something. He took the horse. He went back to his grandfather. Then Sakara Maharaj was happy to see the horse again, but he was not happy that his 60,000 sons died or they were lying there as pile of ashes. Then Sakara Maharaj conducted the sacrifice. He completed the sacrifice, his sacred duty, and because he became old also, he eventually retired and departed from this world. Now who is the king? Anshuman was the king. He ruled the kingdom for a while, but he was always thinking in the back of his mind, how can I revive my uncles back? For that I need Ganga, Mother Ganga. How will she descend from the heavenly planets to the earthly planet? So he gave his kingdom to his son Dilipa. Anshuman's son is Dilipa. He made Dilipa the king, and Anshuman went to perform some austerities and meditation on Ganga to request her to descend to this planet. But although he tried throughout his life to meditate on Mother Ganga, perform austerities to please her, she did not come. She did not respond to his austerities. Then Dilipa, he gave his kingdom to his son Bhagirath, and he retired. He went to the forest. He performed austerities for the descent of Mother Ganga. He tried, but he also died. His entire life passed in requesting Mother Ganga to come down. Then Dilip also died. Then Bhagirath, he gave the kingdom to some of his trusted ministers, and he went to perform austerities. He performed severe austerities to please Mother Ganga. Sincerely he was meditating on Ganga. So seeing the power of his austerities and also seeing the endeavor and effort put by multiple generations in this family, Anshuman tried, Dilipa tried, now Bhagiratha, third generation tried. Mother Ganga became very merciful. So she appeared. Now Ganga has two forms. One form is like a goddess in a human form, the presiding deity of this river. Another form is the river. So she appeared in the form of goddess Ganga, and she spoke to Bhagirath. Bhagirath, I am very pleased with your austerities. I can come from heaven to earthly plane, but I have a concern. In fact, I have two concerns. First concern is, in heaven, most of the residents are very pious people. Devatas are residing there, and these Devatas are universal administrators. They take care of various affairs of the universe. They are the in charges of different government affairs, universal government affairs. And also pious people go to the heavenly planets. Those who perform pious activities, they are ascended to the heavenly planets. So heavenly planet is like quite pure in the sense that only pious people are staying there. But what about earthly planet? It is mixed with so many, some pious people are there, but many impious people are also there, sinful people are also there. If I descend on this earthly planet as a river, so many sinful people will come and bathe in me, and they dump all their sinful reactions in me. What am I supposed to do? Should I accumulate all their sinful reactions in me? Now, from a gross perspective, in a flowing river, if you throw some dirt, some kachra, some plastic papers, or something else, if you just throw, then naturally, physically, contamination is seen there. The river is contaminated, you can see it physically. more than that contamination, there is a sinful contamination. If a sinful person, one who doesn't follow four regulative principles, one who eats meat, or one who kills other people, or cheats other people, beats people, or lives at the cost of others, one who speaks lies, one who is very dishonest and deceitful, one who is hypocritical, selfish, all these people have a lot of malice in their hearts. And when these malicious people enter these waters of holy rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, or Godavari, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, Saraswati, then they dump their sinful reactions into these waters. That's the power of purity. Now you take a pure cloth, see this very white cloth. So there's some dirt there in this corner. You take this cloth and clean it. What happens? Some of the dirt makes this cloth also dirty, isn't it? Whenever purity comes in contact with impurity, impurity will become pure, but some stains of purity will some stains of impurity will affect the purity also. Similarly, although you are pure, if you associate with impure people, by your association, they may be purified to some degree, but their impurity also will affect you, unless you are Krishna or very, very exalted devotee. Right? Krishna is supremely pure, nothing can contaminate him. But there are people who are not as pure as Krishna, right? There are some pure devotees, like Srila Prabhupada, like Ramanujacharya, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is Lord acting like a pure devotee. Nityananda Prabhu, like that. Some people are on a very, very pure plane. The Lord and his pure devotees are on a pure plane. But there are people who are not that pure, but they are sufficiently pure. They are sufficiently pure enough to purify others. But while doing so, they may get affected also. So, Mother Ganga, definitely she is pure, but she is concerned that I may have to accumulate all the sinful reactions of sinful people who may take bath in me and dump their sinful reactions. Even when we are presenting Krishna consciousness to others, while trying to help them purify their consciousness by speaking some spiritual subject matters to them, some of their material contamination, some of their karma could affect us also. Therefore, we need to be pure. Or we need to be very careful. We have to preach. We have to spread Krishna consciousness. But some impurity can affect us also. Right? Therefore, the scriptures recommend that these sadhus, these people who are preaching Krishna consciousness, preaching pure bhakti, they don't allow common people to touch their feet, because it may affect. So they may do out of pure sentiments, those who are touching the feet, but if this person is not sufficiently pure, then their impurity could affect. Right? Anyways, just like, say, if your gadget doesn't have a sufficient security system, it will get affected by virus. But some gadgets have very high security system, then they will not get affected. You can give multiple examples like this. So Ganga Devi is very concerned. I cannot accumulate all the simple reactions of people. Then she had a second concern also. When I come from heavenly planet to this earth, Bhumandala, I come with great force. Then with my force I could even pierce the Bhumandala and go to Pataloka. Someone has to stop me, someone has to bear my force. Even now, if you see Ganga and she is flowing so fast, sometimes because of the speed of the flow, people may drown also. People may you just put something and immediately that object will float, and then within a minute it becomes invisible to us. People can become invisible, right? If we are not careful. What to speak of Ganga descending from heaven to earth? So much force. She said, I can definitely pierce this entire earthly plane and go to the lower planetary systems. Someone has to stop me. Someone has to sustain my force. So 2 questions. What are the 2 questions? One.
She cannot accumulate all the sins of
The first one was that the bad karma of other people will get dumped in her, and the second one is that she may pierce someone go to the battle
Good. I'm testing whether you are sleeping or not. I am sleeping. I hope you are not noticing my sleep. So, now Bhagirath had intelligent answers to these 2 questions. First, he said, impure people or sinful people may take bath in your waters, they may dump their sinful reactions. Don't worry about it. When pure devotees come and take bath in your waters, you will be relieved from all the sinful reactions. That's the power of the purity of a pure devotee. Bhavadvidha bhagavataha tirtha bhutaha swayam vibho tirthi kurvanti tirthani svantastena gadabhrata. So, pure devotees are so pure that they are carrying the Supreme Lord in their hearts always. So because of their purity, they can purify Ganga also. Ganga is already pure. But because she is extremely pure, many impure people dump their impurities in her. So to clean that, the pure person has to come. So when pure devotees, exalted souls, when they take bath in the waters of Ganga, they will relieve her from all impurities. That's what Bhagirath said. Although she is Charanamrit, although she is directly emanating from the lotus feet of Lord Narayana, Lord Vamanadev, still she is fearful of accumulating impurities. How careful we must be. We can never be overconfident and go to any place which might have impurities, associate with any people who may not have pure consciousness, or watch any website or watch any video. So impurity can affect us in 100 different ways. It could be in gross ways or it could be in subtle ways. So that's why the scriptures say, Avaishnava mukhodgirnam putam harikathamritam shravanam naiva kartavyam sarpochishta yathapayam. We should not. Avaishnava mukhodgirnam means we cannot hear even pure katha, pure pastimes of the Lord from people who are not pure enough. They don't have purity, but they will speak some pure things. Or at least they don't have the intention to become pure, but they speak very good things. There are some people, professional people are there. They have their own habits, they have their own aspirations, they want money, but they glorify the Lord to get money. Prabhupada often says, what is professional reciters. Sometimes movie makers also may speak good things. Present something pure, but they may have some impure motives. Or they may want to present their own ideologies through the scriptures. So all this will affect us, right? Whether it is hearing from impure people or associating with impure people, asat sanga tyagi yai vaishnavachar. So we need to give up asat sanga, bad association. This is Vaishnavachar. So Ganga is also very careful. Then second concern, Bhagirath also says, Sadhavo nyashinaha shanta brahmishta lokapavanaha harantyagam te anga sangat te shvaste agabidharihi. This is the shloka, exact shloka that Bhagirath spoke to Mother Ganga. in the 9th canto of Bhagavatam, somewhere in 6th or 7th chapter. He says, Sadhavo Nyashinaha Shanta. Sadhus are Nyashinaha, means they are very renounced. Shanta, they are very peaceful. Brahmhishta, they are rooted in this Brahmagnana, they are rooted in spiritual knowledge. Lokapavanaha, they can purify the entire, all the planetary systems. Lokapavanaha. Haranti agham te anga sangat, means by their anga sanga, by bringing their body in contact with your waters, haranti agham, they will completely vanquish your sins. Haranti agham te anga sangat. Te shvaste agabit harihi, because they are carrying the extremely pure Hari in their hearts. What is the glory of Hari? Agabit, means Hari is known to destroy all sin, and that Hari is staying in the hearts of these great devotees. And when these devotees bring their bodies in contact with the pure or impure or waters of Mother Ganga that have accumulated the impurities of sinful people, then Mother Ganga will be purified. That's the real cleaning process. So first concern is addressed. Now the second concern, who will sustain my force? Then Lord Shiva can sustain the force. Lord Shiva is very special. He can drink poison. He can hold Ganga in his head. He can have snakes around his neck. We have this Kantimala, he has snakes around his neck. Like that, Shiva is known to contribute in so many ways to this universe. Now, Bhagirath had to do another round of austerities, another round of tapasya to please Lord Shiva now. So many years or decades or probably centuries, I don't know what is the exact count of his austerities. So he performed austerities to please Ganga. Next he has to perform austerities to please Lord Shiva. But Shiva is Asutosh. He is pleased so easily. Bhagirath, within a short while, he could please Lord Shiva, and Shiva appeared in front of him. But Ganga, she took a lot of time. Ganga, 3 generations had to pray, then she descended. But Bhagirath, when he prayed, Shiva immediately agreed, and Shiva opened his jatas, his hairs, and Ganga agreed to descend from upper planets. So when she came, so Shiva held her force, he sustained her force on his head, on his jatas, and he completely arrested her on his head. How? Don't ask me. I never did it. I don't have hair also. So, but he managed to do that. Entire river he could keep on his head. How big he must be. But Shiva did not do this only to purify this universe or purify these 60,000 sons of Sagra Maharaj who were lying there as piles of ashes. He did it with great eagerness. Because Mother Ganga is the Charanamrita of Krishna, is the water that washed the lotus feet of Krishna, I must bathe myself. I must hold her on my head. I must bathe myself with her waters. I must purify myself. Even Shiva, with great respect, he is doing it. In the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, Lord Kapila says, Yat shaucha nishrita sarit pravarodakena tirthena murnyathikritena shivaha shivo bhut dhyatuh manah shabala shaila nisrishta vajram dhyayechiram bhagavatas charanaravindam. Yat shaucha nishrita sarit pravarodakena means that water which is extremely pure has purified even Lord Shiva also. Yet Saucha Nishrita Sarit Pravarodakena. Pravara Udaka means extremely pure and exalted water. Yet Saucha Nishrita Sarit Pravarodakena Tirthena Murdhya Dhikritena. That Tirtha, that holy river Ganga is held on his head by Lord Shiva. Murdhya Dhikritena means he is holding this Ganga on his head. Dhikritena Shiva Hashivo Bhut. Shiva. The word Shiva means he is very auspicious. Shivaha Shivo Bhut means this auspicious Lord Shiva became even more auspicious by holding Ganga on his head. That was his desire, to purify himself. Shiva is pure. But out of his humility, he considers that let me become more pure by holding the water that emanated from Vishnu's lotus feet on my head. Dhyatuhu manah shabala shaila nisrishta vajram dhyayechiram bhagavatas charanarabindam. So when we meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord, the mountain of sin in our hearts will be smashed to powder. That meditation acts like a thunderbolt weapon that smashes the mountain of our sin. And the water that came from the lotus feet will destroy the sin when we take bath or when we take shelter of that lotus feet. So this is the information from Srimad Bhagavatam. So she agreed to come, and Shiva held her on his head, but out of his greed to keep the Charanamrit of Lord Vishnu on his head only, Shiva is not releasing Ganga. Then Bhagirath offered a prayer. Please release Ganga. I want. I called you not to take for yourself, purify the whole world. Shiva said, of course I'll give, not worry. So Shiva is releasing Ganga from his head. So from Shiva's jatas, Ganga river started flowing. And she is like inundating all the cities and towns and villages and forests. And she's flowing, and Bhagirath said, I will tell you where to go. So he sat on a swift chariot, and he is running on his chariot. As he's driving on his chariot, Mother Ganga is following him. While she was following, she came to an ashram of a sage called Jahunamuni. And she inundated Jahunamuni's ashram completely. And Jahunamuni said, who is this? What is this river? What is this water coming and inundating my ashram? So much water is coming. He started drinking all the water. So Shiva held the entire Ganga on his head. Jahunu drank the entire water of Ganga. How? Don't ask me. We can't sometimes finish this 200 ml also in one shot. But he could do it. Then again Bhagirath said, please release Ganga. So he drank. If he releases again from the mouth, it doesn't look good, right? It's like gargling or something like that. So he had an idea. He released from the ears. Right? So because Mother Ganga came from the ears of Jahnamani, she is called Jahnavi. Another name of Mother Ganga, Jahnavi, Vishnupati. So this Jahnavi is following, and eventually she came to the place where Kapila Muni was doing his austerities. She came to Kapila's ashram, and just by the touch of the waters of Ganga, all the 60,000 piles of ashes were revived and they regained their forms as Sagar Maharaja's sons. This is how Ganga descended on this planet. Okay. So 9. 40 minutes we discussed. Last 20 minutes were questions. We discussed the descent of Ganga. Any questions, comments, clarifications, objections? Are you sleepy?
I asked in the morning why the root cause who for this whole thing was Indra and he was not.
Okay. Indra was definitely envious, no doubt.
Sorry, what was the question?
He was saying Indra is the one who has stolen the horse. Sagra Maharaja's sacrificial horse. But in the entire story, he is not in the picture.
Okay.
He is not punished for his mistake. At least the scripture which I read doesn't mention what happened to Indra later. But the principle is that whether Indra is punished or not, Indra's mistake is ultimately causing something great. So the Lord is so expert that He may utilize the activities of even an envious person also to manifest something glorious. Indra's envy was utilized by Lord Vishnu to bring Ganga from heaven to earth. It's a part of a bigger plan, transcendental plan. So in this plan, not only pure souls, pure devotees will take part, sometimes even mixed devotees or some envious people also can take part. Right? So Indra's mischievous nature or jealous nature is utilized in this way for the manifestation of Ganga. If Indra had not stolen that horse, we would not have Ganga here. Right? So that way you can thank Indra. But it was a mistake. Any other question?
Prabhu, you mentioned about there's the speaker, the inquirer, and the hearer. You spoke about that before. Can you talk a little bit more about the hearer? What should we do as the hearer so we can fully imbibe the message and make the most of the opportunity of hearing?
First thing is we need to have eagerness to hear. We need to be enthusiastic to hear. When Sutta Goswami was narrating Bhagavatam to the sages of Naimisharanya, the sages said, they spoke the qualification of a hearer and a speaker in one shloka. They said the qualification of the speaker is Bhagavat Pradhana. Tanno bhavan vai Bhagavat Pradhano mahattamaikanta parayanasya Harerudaram charitam vishuddham susrushatam no vitanotu vidvan. Tanno bhavan vai Bhagavat Pradhana. The qualification of a speaker of Bhagavatam is Bhagavat Pradhana. Means Bhagavan, Krishna must be the prime object of his life. Then what is the qualification of the hearer? Susrushatam no. They should be eager to hear. So the first qualification of a hearer is eagerness. Second is not only eager to hear, but what is the motive behind that eagerness? To accumulate information, to have some instant gratification by hearing something new information. Whenever we say something new, we get excited. But if the same pastime, if some speaker is repeating, we may get bored. I don't know, I know this story already. Why should I hear once again? The point is not that we should always hear something new, but we should relish Krishna's pastimes. Same mantra we keep chanting, right? Hare Krishna mantra, how many times I should chant? Give new mantra. One day is over, second day, next mantra, third mantra, fourth mantra. Same mantra we chant. Same stories of Krishna we will hear. Same qualities of Krishna we will appreciate and relish. So there is an affection in repetition. When you are repeatedly hearing the same story, repeatedly seeing the same deity, repeatedly chanting the same mantra, repeatedly eating the same item prasadam, that shows how much love and affection we have for it. Right? So we should relish, not just accumulate information. And humility, obedience, submissiveness, service attitude, and not only eagerness to hear and learn, but also apply what you have heard, what you have learned, put things into practice. All these are required for a hearer, a student. As Krishna said, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te gnanam gnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. Pranipata. A hearer should have submissiveness. Pranipata is submissiveness. Second, pariprashna. Ask relevant questions, not some intellectual gymnastics, not unnecessary analysis and tangential questions, topic diversions, not that way, but sincere questions seeking more insight into Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Leela. When we are asking a question, The motive behind that question is not to accumulate information, but to intensify our bhakti, but to increase our devotion to Krishna. So that should be the mood of the question. Then third is seva. Seva means service to the teacher, service to Guru. So first, submissiveness. Second, relevant and sincere questions, valid questions, inquiries. Then third is service. Then we can learn better. Any other question?
Sorry. I heard that Ganga is formed by two rivers together and coming from Devaprayag as a Ganga. Is there any story behind those two rivers?
I don't know.
Singam, Sangam.
Yeah, well, Mati, you will go tomorrow there. So yeah, we'll narrate the story there.
Yes. She raised the hand first. You have to wait.
It's okay.
Okay, she's allowing you to ask.
And when Ganga gets the sins of the people who are not so good, then does she have the ticket to go back inside the spiritual realm? Then can she go back to the spiritual realm if she has so many sins of others?
She is already a part of spiritual realm. Out of her causeless mercy, she manifested in the material realm also. Right? And it's not that she has to go. She came from there. She is always there. But she is concerned that I may accumulate so much sins. But that's only to highlight the glories of pure devotees who can purify even Ganga. That way. And that also is meant to highlight that however pure you may be, you may get affected when you come to the material world. Be careful. So these are the messages that we take, but we don't have to be concerned about Ganga. We should go back to Godhead after that. We have to focus on our bhakti. She is always there at the lotus feet of the Lord. When Krishna descended on this planet, he did all the pastimes on the bank of Yamuna, or in Yamuna. He was taking bath in Yamuna, swimming in Yamuna. Ganga felt a little bad. You didn't do any pastimes in my waters. You did all the pastimes at Yamuna only. Then Krishna said, don't worry, I'll come again. After 4,500 years, I'll come again. He came as Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu happened on the bank of Ganga in Mayapur. You went to Mayapur yet? You can ask them. Next is Mayapur. Okay, there is Ganga there. Lord Chaitanya did so many pastimes.
Prabhu, when you mentioned concerns of Ganga saying the sinful people aspect, so one of the things we visited a place where Sutta Goswami started saying Bhagavatam, and the people who were showing us around, we could see by looking at their teeth, they were having certain things which they should not be, and it looks like they were Brahmanas. So, how should we take this? Because it was really hurting our faith. As how do you comprehend?
In Kali Yuga, the rarest thing to attain is faith, and the easiest thing to lose is faith. So let us not, somehow by Krishna's grace we have attained some faith in the path of bhakti, some little faith in the potency of Dham, some little faith in the association of Vaishnavas, some faith in the Shastra. Let us not lose it by seeing the teeth of people. They may be chewing tobacco or pan parag or gutka, whatever. So they may be doing all that. So let's not give up our faith. If you go to Vrindavan, you'll see more, much more. And if you go to some other holy places, even the pujaris who are in the altar can cheat you, can take away your money. All this should not affect our faith. Right? And we should not offend them also. There are no one to judge them. Let's not visit dhams as a jury panel to evaluate which dhambas is pure, which dham is not pure. We are not here as jury panel or evaluators or examiners. We came here as beggars. Let's beg for some mercy and go.
Thank you so much.
Just want to thank you, Smita Mataji, because yesterday when we were there, the same thought came in my mind as well. So thank you.
It comes in everybody's life. Especially when you are affected badly. If the rickshawala cheats you, if some pujari threatens you, give me dakshina, otherwise you'll go to hell. At that moment we feel pujari coming from the altar and then saying with red eyes, you get scared, right? So we should not get scared. That's a test for our faith. We should pass that test. But if we offend them, and if we become doubtful or suspicious, then we fail that test for faith. So let's be in the mode of beggar. Beggars can't be choosers.
The best thing to do over there was we saw Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada.
Yes.
There was a plaque which says Srila Prabhupada.
Yes.
So I didn't think about that, but then I saw that and that really uplifted me.
Actually, when we go to holy dhams, whether this place or any other place, we should spend more time in hearing and chanting. If we spend our time only in seeing places without sufficient hearing, then naturally we see the places with our own limited vision, our own material vision, our own judgment, our own evaluating thought process. Thus we end up either losing faith or become offensive. But if we hear sufficiently, prepare our consciousness properly, that I have come to a holy place, I am here to beg for mercy, then that consciousness will prepare us for something divine, to receive some divine mercy. But if that background is not there, if we just come as sightseers or just to have some fun around, or be very, very eager and excited and adventurous to see everything around, there's nothing wrong in it. But it has to be sufficiently charged with hearing, proper hearing about the significance of the place, about the pastimes that the Lord has done there, or in general also, just chanting more, hearing more, remembering Krishna more, spending our time more in spiritual conversations and not mundane material conversations, and be grateful for whatever we get. Gratitude and humility are the two essential ingredients for Dham Darshana or any devotional activity that we do. We should be grateful for an opportunity. There are hundreds and thousands of people who, the millions of human beings are there. How many came to take darshan of Ganga or Yamuna or Vrindavan or Mayapur or some holy deity? So we got that opportunity. So we should be grateful. I'm grateful to my Prabhu. Although I was not so excited, I was wanting to do something else. He brought me here. He brought all of us here. So we need to be grateful to him. There may be some inconveniences. There may be some changes in the schedules. There may be some discrepancies in certain external features and logistics, but that's okay. All that is an insignificant price to pay to get some mercy of Ganga or Krishna. So it's worth going through all the inconveniences to get a glance of Hrishikesh Narayan. When you are going and seeing the deity, yes, you are seeing the deity, but the deity is seeing you also. So, although we stand there for a minute, we should be grateful. Oh, thank you, Krishna, for allowing me to see you. Thank you for seeing me, and showering your glances upon me. So that mode of gratitude and humility is there. Then we will really understand the potency of Dham. We will really connect with the purity of the Dham. Otherwise, we will only be seeing the external, distractions. If you are feeling like that, better to minimize seeing some places and spend that time in preparing our consciousness. I'm sorry if I'm speaking anything against moving around and seeing places, but I'm only trying to emphasize the fact that we need to prepare our consciousness nicely. We are here to beg for mercy, beg for grace, and be grateful for whatever we receive. In that mode, any dham will have an uplifting and purifying impact on our consciousness. But when that mode is not there, we may see 200 pastime places. We may take bath in 10 holy rivers. We may even perform austerities, fasting this and that also. Still, the impact will not be so uplifting. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Any other question, comment? What's the time now? 9:27, we have 3 minutes.
One question is not related to the class provision. It's from the Bhagavad Gita, which explains about the prescribed duties that one has to do. We were talking about this
Correct,
morning,
correct.
so we couldn't conclude. So if you can explain, how does one in this world realize what is prescribed duty now? Because as per the Bhakti Yoga concept, we all need to do the activities which are
Duty is dharma. When it's a prescribed duty, there are 2 types of prescribed duties, or 2 types of dharmas. One is Sanatana Dharma, the eternal prescribed duty. Second is Samanya Dharma, Sadharana Dharma, or Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma, Stri Dharma, Raja Dharma, Dana Dharma, Vritti Dharma. These are all temporary dharmas. Both are prescribed only. But the first prescription is for eternity. But the second prescription is according to time, place, circumstances, and the candidates involved. So, now what is prescribed to a student whose grade? 4th, 5th? 4th. Okay. He has to study his subject, study his dharma. And your dharma as parents is to protect him, maintain him, fulfill all his demands. And his dharma is to organize the retreat. Yatra. And hear all the complaints and feedbacks also. And our dharma is to cooperate and adjust, accommodate. And the 4th dharma is to shoot. So my dharma is to speak. So we have dharmas, but dharmas can change. Now I am doing the dharma of speaking here in this yatra. After 4 days I will be in another yatra. There my dharma is to hear. Maharaj is giving classes, I will sit and hear. That's my dharma there. This dharma changed. Right? So there are some temporary dharmas or temporary prescribed duties according to time, place, circumstances, according to your occupation. In Germany, there is some prescribed duty of paying tax in a certain way, traveling on the road in a certain way. There's different rules. They are all prescribed duties for you. Right? So now the specific prescribed duty that's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita context is this Varna Dharma. That is Kshatriya Dharma, specifically speaking. Arjuna's dharma as a Kshatriya is to fight. But he says, I will not fight. I will go and beg. That is Brahmana Dharma. They are supposed to do Kshatriya Dharma. But Arjuna said, no, I will do Brahman Dharma. Kshatriya Dharma, I had done so much, sufficient, enough. And Krishna convinced him. So he's speaking entire Bhagavad Gita. At the end of Gita, Arjuna said, okay, I'll fight now. What does it mean? Krishna took 18 chapters to remind Arjuna that we are a Kshatriya. He realized that I am a Kshatriya, I have to do Kshatriya Dharma fighting. No. Krishna gave a broader, wider, and higher and deeper understanding of Dharma. Arjuna agreed to fight by hearing Bhagavad Gita not because that he understood that he is a Kshatriya, but because he understood that I am a devotee of Krishna. And my participation in this Kurukshetra war is a part of my devotional service. Sanatana Dharma, not Kshatriya Dharma. How fighting is Sanatana Dharma and not Kshatriya Dharma? Fighting is Kshatriya Dharma only. Sanatana Dharma is eternal Dharma. So eternally somebody will fight. 18 days only they will fight. But how is this fighting Sanatana Dharma? The Sanatana Dharma is to assist Krishna, is to serve Krishna. By fighting and killing Duryodhan, Dushasan, Karna, Shakuni, Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha, etc., Arjuna is assisting Krishna in establishing Dharma. So assisting Krishna, serving Krishna means devotional service. So Arjuna is fighting in Kurukshetra war and killing enemies. He is a part of his devotional service to Krishna. Therefore he agreed. Not that it is my Kshatriya Dharma, I will get kingdom. Krishna said at the end of Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Praja. Bhagavad Gita is supposed to be teaching Dharma. But how can Krishna at the end of Bhagavad Gita, conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, say that Sarva Dharman Parityajya, give up all dharmas, give up all prescribed duties. And do what? Mamekam Sharanam Praja. What does it mean? Taking Sharan of Krishna, taking shelter of Krishna is the highest Dharma. So Krishna is not encouraging us to give up dharmas. He is asking us to go up in Dharma. Don't give up, but go up. Parityajya means giving up dharmas. But taking Sharan of Krishna means going up. Raise the standard of your Dharma. Do whatever you are doing for Krishna. So instead of trying to figure out what is my prescribed duty on a material plane, try to understand that the prescribed duty on an eternal plane and spiritual plane is to serve Krishna, and to serve Krishna do the needful on the material plane. Then it becomes very easy. To serve Krishna, we need this body, we need the senses. To maintain this body, we need to work. And that work could be in some corporate company, or in a school, or in a college, or in a temple, or somewhere. You have to work. So this work is required for me to earn some money to maintain the body. These are my prescribed principles. Whatever is comfortable for you, whatever is suitable to you, whatever is compatible to your studies, your academics, your qualification, your eligibility, your temperament, your taste, etc., just pick that up. The material dharma. And you will hardly do that for a couple of decades, that's all, not more. Don't bother so much about it. Did I choose the right career? You are already in 40s or 50s and did I choose the right career? Get it, finish it, and then that Hare Krishna. If we spend so much of our human energy and time in finding the most compatible career option for us, half the life will go away. Whatever is available, do the needful on a material plane, earn some money, maintain the body, utilize all your energy for Krishna service. There is a lot of complication in understanding what is my nature. There are people who spend at least a decade in confusion figuring out what is good for them, ending up doing nothing. This doesn't suit me. And there's attitude there. I will do whatever I like to do only. I will not work under someone. I will not do this, I will not do that. They are not earning anything. Whatever savings the parents have given, that's getting exhausted. After 10 years, they will realize, my God, I tried to do something, but I think I could do nothing. Okay, let me go and set some job. Then they settle down doing something which they never wanted to do only. because it is a bare necessity. Similarly, when you are in this human body, you have to work somewhere. You have to earn something. Whatever is best available, you do. It may not be the best for you, according to your taste or preference, but whatever is the best available option, just pick that up, maintain your body, maintain your life in this material world, and focus on spiritual life. Right? Some people want great success in professional career, nothing wrong in it. But if it comes at the cost of compromising on spiritual life, is it worth it? We have to question. Because human life is very rare. If entire human life you are spending only to excel in some career, some profession, and earn so much money, earn some name, fame, prestige, and by the time you are already in 50s or 60s, health is gone. Rest of the life is meant to maintain your physical health, which you have spoiled because of prioritizing professional growth. Professional growth and physical health is declining, and spiritual life, वो क्या होता है? Spiritual क्या होता है? So that's how many people are living their lives. Do the needful on the material front. Don't figure out your prescribed duty. Ultimate prescribed duty is Shravanam and Kirtanam. Do that. And on the material plane, whatever is available, do it. Right? Unless you are a butler or a butcher, you don't have to change your profession. Propose I did, I'm not saying that. Right? So let's not take to very sinful professions, but some reasonable profession, just do the needful. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Tomorrow what's the plan? 8 o'clock we are leaving from here.
To 8:45 we will be here. His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu ki Jai. Prabhupada ki Jai. If you all can please, can I just do an announcement? Who is going to work on the logistics with that?